Assalamualaikum. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, let me make sure I got everything here. Oh. Right. Okay. Still trying to figure this out here. Just bear with me. Oops. What did I just do? Okay, there we go. Come on in. Assalamualaikum. Greetings. Welcome. Thank you all so much for joining. Let's see. Brunice, Vintage, Majid, Tanya. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Niraj. Hey, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Soul Surfer, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Just so you all know, this is really Command Central, okay? So I am on, what am I on? I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. um, so if you all are not following me, my name is Radia. I am the proud owner, CEO of a mobile spa service called Radia Spa Essentials in Georgia. And most people know me for doing hijama cupping. So I do other things, but that's what I'm most known for and have been doing the longest outside of full spectrum reflexology. Um, and so today I wanted to come in, since this morning, um, and maybe some of you all have not had your coffee yet, and I just wanted to talk to you about Ryze mushroom coffee. Okay, my Ryze mushroom coffee, and I want to give you some information about it. Uh, well, first, before I do that, I want to share with you I am not a real coffee drinker, so I have been told for years now. Those of you who love coffee have made me feel so, what's the word I want to say? So isolated, so it was like a club. You all have a club, a coffee club, coffee drinkers club. You all can have conversations about coffee every day, all day. The different ways to have coffee, the different kinds of coffee, and the whole nine. And I just felt like, this was an exclusive club that I was not a part of because I couldn't drink coffee until recently. I had been trying over the years. Everybody's like, "Oh, you'll love this, you'll love that," and I would try it. But see, here's the problem for me. I can't speak about this for anyone else, but I think it's instead of an allergy, I think it's an actual intolerance because there's a difference in the way that your body responds, intolerance versus allergy. And the way my body would respond to coffee, traditional coffee, is that my nerves would be bad from the inside out. Um, I don't know if any of you all have had a stomach virus, but I would have those kinds of symptoms. It would be that intense that if I were, let me see if I can just grab something small here. If I were holding a piece of paper after I've had just a sip, a tablespoon, a sip, I'm like this. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and that's how I feel on the inside as well. And rather than like being locked up, because maybe some people you all put dairy in your coffee and stuff. Stomach virus, and I've got the runs, and I'm in there for hours, quite possibly. And it's a good, and those of us that are in health and wellness will use that as a great enema, this kind of thing. Well, I wanted the pleasure of being able to taste coffee, to see what all the hype was about and why people love coffee so much and the different ways, because for those of you who don't know, because Allah had to teach me how to cook and bake, despite my having a mother who could uh, bake and cook very well. She didn't. I'd like to say it like this. She didn't know how to teach me how she did it or does it, because she's still alive. May Allah guide her. I mean, oh, astaghfirullah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, astaghfirullah. And so I had to learn all of this, on my own. And I just, it's like everybody I knew loves coffee, and I'm like, oh, I would love the smell of coffee, but and the taste wasn't bad. It was the reaction that my body had to it. And so I would keep trying over the years, keep trying. Hey, thanks so much for joining. Team Aisha. Okay, Aisha Fatima, alhamdulillah. And so when people started talking about, other ways that coffee can be made and things of this nature, I said, okay, I'm gonna try it. And even my ex-husband, he introduced me to, I don't know what it was called. We were living in Egypt at the time, alhamdulillah, Allahumma barak, and um, he introduced the green coffee, if you will. And what I mean by that is, and you all probably already know, is rather than the brown coffee bean, this was the green, meaning you pick it before it's ripened, but there's still benefits, taste or whatever else, right? And the way that they made it, which is why I really liked it, is because my favorite way to have tea, excuse me, and now coffee, is like a chai, okay? And so this is how they prepared it. And I said, oh my God, this is good. I can drink coffee. So I did this on my own. I tried it on my own, drank the whole cup, and I was fine until 2 hours later. Then it gave me the same symptoms as the regular coffee. So I said, oh, I can't drink that either. I even had a sister, and I feel bad. And if you ever, I felt bad then, and I still feel bad, because I always tell this story. So if she ever sees this, I am so sorry. I cannot remember your name, but you know who you are. And this incident happened in the UAE. So, we're having our brunch, and this particular sister, she's known for her coffee, in her words, and and you know, they don't even, whenever you're in a setting, I don't know if you all notice this or if you all do this, but if you're in a setting of sisters or women, or even going to a restaurant, the first word out of their mouth as it relates to a hot beverage is always coffee, never tea. It's always coffee. Coffee is the number one thing that comes out of their mouth. So coffee, tea, right? So it was the same with the sister. She offered coffee. She didn't even think that no one would want or not want anything else. So she had only prepared coffee. And so she's offering coffee to all of us, and I was like, no, thank you. And she was like, when the thing of it is with us as Muslims, especially whether we've are seasoned in our Islam and we know the etiquettes of hosting or not. One thing about us, for those of you who don't, have never been in an intimate setting with us, you're going to eat. It's offensive if you don't eat. You don't have anything, or at least taste whatever the person who's hosting you has prepared for you, because they've, taken their time to, maybe they've slaved over the stove, or they've gotten, thank you so much for the hearts. They've gotten, help to, make all of these dishes and these beverages and things of this nature. So you have to at least taste it. Okay. Only way that you could get away possibly with not doing that is if you dare you ask how it's prepared, what the ingredients are, because you're trying to avoid allergens, potential allergens. But that would probably be the only way you could get away with not having to be forced to eat or forced. We always say forced because even when you're full, eat, 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 eat. No, I'm like, oh my God, if I eat anymore, I'm not gonna be able to pray. Or you need to prepare a bed for me because I'll have the itis. So she went on to say, everyone loves my coffee. I'm known for my coffee, and so I kind of felt peer pressured, and so I said, okay, I'll try it, and so I tasted it, and so another thing from the sunnah is if you don't like anything, you're quiet. You don't say, no, sis, I don't like that. You don't say that. You take a sip. If it's not something you like, you push it back and leave it alone. Say nothing else. Unless, you want to, if there is something else to have, may I have this? And, then she'll notice that you didn't drink the coffee and she'll be like, what's wrong? Do you need sugar? Do you need milk? Do you need, trying to figure out what it is that's wrong with the coffee, why you haven't drank it. Well, that wasn't the case either. So, like I said, took the sip and I set it back down and I pushed it, back towards the rest of everything that was in front of me. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't want to know my opinion of something, don't ask me because I'm honest, sometimes brutally honest. And I try never to hurt anyone, in my honesty, but it happens, right? Um, and so, she's again saying, everyone loves my coffee. And I said, well, I'm the first. Not saying it didn't have a good taste. I would have had to hook it up. Like I said, I like mine to taste like chai. I don't just like the way coffee tastes by itself. I've tried it and, it's okay, but I have to have it my way. So I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm feeling like really, really bad because I'm like the only one among us. There must have been 10 or 12 of us there that day or more. And um, and I don't know if anybody else that was there is on here or if they even recall the day. But I will never forget it because I felt so bad. She's known for her coffee. No one has ever told her it tasted bad or whatever. And so I said, I offered it to anyone else. I was like, I'm not going to be able to finish it. If anybody else wants to finish it, and I believe somebody did, but yeah, it, I didn't want to try to figure out what it needed, in order to, for me to try to finish drinking it. Because then I would have had to ask her if I could go in her kitchen, see what her seasonings are, spices, whatever. So I just, and I don't think I took enough of a sip that it had a bad reaction, or maybe it did. That part I don't remember, but nonetheless, usually I'll have a reaction to coffee because coffee is too much caffeine. It has too much caffeine in it for me, and I really think, like I said, I have an intolerance for certain kinds of caffeine because I can do black tea, you know, um, green tea. Now there is a black tea. Okay, so there's cola nuts. Only those who know West Africans or are West Africans or had anything from a West African knows this one, and or um, gunpowder. Gunpowder and cola nuts do me the same way, the exact same way. I cannot have it. And so lo and behold, there I finally had gotten with a company, um, and one day I'll have to get it again and find out exactly what the ingredients are. But that I loved. In fact, some of you all may see. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm glad I'm not alone. And So some of you all might even remember, or if you've been following me for a while, you will have seen that video before. If not, I'm sure some of you may even want to go look for it. I don't know, but I just I took a sip. It didn't, because usually that's how sensitive my body is. And I mean, I know almost within a sip, within seconds, whether or something I'm going to have a reaction, good or bad, to something. So, um, this other particular coffee, I had a sip of it, a nice big sip, and I'm waiting, waiting to see what's going to happen. Nothing happens. I was like, oh my God, I can have it. And I like the taste as it was. So I was like, I got to go live on this. So I did. But other than that, there would be one other experience I had, and I think this friend of mine, she knew this about me and coffee, my reactions. So what she did was, when she made it, is she put a whole bunch of ginger in it so that I wouldn't have an adverse effect. And so that was the only other one. How much does Ryze mushroom coffee? Wait, how much does it cost? Because I see if you have one for 18. Yeah, I have different ones listed. The thing with TikTok Shop is there's so many sellers, and I try to find the one that's the least expensive. I mean, I saw some way more than that. So I have a variety of the different Ryze coffees and the matcha tea. So feel free. They're all different prices. I can look at that, and let's see. Let me figure out where I can go. I'm still learning this. Okay. So I see a bundle for 108. Then I see one. I don't know why there's only two of those, but then in the order. Okay. Then I've got one that said, "Oh, it's on special. Maybe you want to get it." It's this very one, 18.99, regularly $45. Okay, so you might want to go ahead and get it. And you've got 12 hours. You got 12 hours left on that price. Okay, so yeah, this is the one. Then there is the night bundle for 95. Let me go down. Oh God, what's this gonna do? Okay, there we go. Then there's the breakfast bundle, that's 112. The starter kit bundle, 110. And then I have, it's the same one. This is a different seller. They also are having a special for $25.99. And this special ends in 38 minutes. Okay. So obviously I would go with the one. And they only have 95 in stock. It lets me know they only have 95 in stock. So perhaps you want to go ahead and get it. So I wanted to talk about this one. This was my very first exposure to Ryze coffee. I had been seeing the advert on social media. I'll just say, I don't know if it was Facebook or where. And so yes, to answer your question, someone asked, does it give me energy? It does. And the wonderful thing about it is, because I don't know about you all, and the crash that sometimes coffee gives, no crash. I mean, it's an even energy throughout the day. And so this is what I love about it. And I want to talk about some of the, well, let me do better and read what they tell me to say. Okay, let me get to it again. Okay, so it's saying Ryze organic mushroom coffee is not just a beverage. It's a key to unlock your potential. Infused with 6 adaptogenic mushrooms. And it fuels your day with pure energy and focus. And I have to agree. I definitely have to agree. I'm the type of person, if I'm going to come on live about something, I have had an experience with it. Might be good, might be bad. Usually I try to share the good. And so in this case, nothing but good. Okay. Okay. So I want to talk about the now that I'm not looking at it, I can't say it. Adaptogenic ingredients, and they are. Oh God, I'm not going to be able to say them. Cordyceps, and that one's Forgive the pronunciation. Energy, reishi, for stress relief, lion's mane for focus, shiitake for immune support, turkey tail, healthy digestion, and king trumpet fights oxidative stress. Okay, 2 packages. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so moving on. Nature's powerhouse. Experience nature's powerhouse in a cup. Our blend is infused with these 6 adaptogenic superstars that I've already mentioned. Some of them I don't want to try to say it again because I'm going to mess it up even more probably. It goes on to say, elevate your energy and focus. Our blend is designed to elevate your energy and focus, unlock sustained energy and razor sharp focus, helping you conquer your day with confidence and clarity. As it relates to gut health and immunity support, each cup of Ryze organic mushroom coffee not only energizes, but also nurtures your gut and fortifies your immune system because a healthy you is a happy you. Okay? Instant and effortless. It is. Ryze organic mushroom coffee is instant and effortless. Just mix hot water for with it for a revitalizing coffee experience anywhere, anytime, and it's perfect for busy lifestyles. And I agree. Some of you might have seen the video that I did of me making it. Yeah, at that time I made what they call that. I made I forgot what it's called, but basically I used this as the base. Thank you so much for the hearts. I use this as the base for my turmeric coffee. But this is what it looks like if you can see. And it comes with those packs to keep it, make sure it's fresh. And what I like most about that, because I'm not sure, ooh, this angle is, oh God, I'm gonna do this so you all can see. Ooh, ooh. See, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm trying to, I don't know how else to do this so it doesn't, okay. I have another angle camera. Oh, I'm gonna have to get that up. I can't. But I want to show you these. They come inside to keep it fresh. Okay. Why do I like this? Because I'm not sure if you all are familiar with cellulose, but cellulose is usually used for powdered things. For to make sure it doesn't cake, for one, meaning it clumps together, it keeps it from clumping together, and that's really the only purpose. But it's unfortunately in a lot of our foods, and for those of us that love cheese, that especially shredded cheese, it's cellulose is in that, and that's not something you want. And so I like the fact that they have this, because like, you'll see things like this, like if you buy shoes or a purse, a real purse, not one of those plastic ones, make what do you artificial. They'll do this to keep it fresh and things of that nature. So these are always in them to keep them from clumping and to keep it fresh. So that's one thing I wanted to share too. And okay, so after that, I want to read some more about it. It is a U.S. Made product. It's made here. It's not made somewhere else and then sent here. Made right here in the U.S. For those of you that are, that's a flex. Okay, so it's crafted with the highest quality ingredients for those who demand the best. Okay, transform your morning ritual. Say goodbye to ordinary coffee. Experience a premium blend that transforms your morning ritual with 30, 60, or 90 servings of pure energy and focus. Zero sugar and low fat. Enjoy a delicious taste without the guilt. Ryze organic mushroom coffee is zero sugar and low fat. Keep your body and mind in peak condition. It's caffeine free. Yes. and enjoy a smooth boost without jitters or crashes. Yeah, we talked about that already, right? And Ryze organic mushroom coffee is caffeine free, offering a smooth energy boost. And I totally agree. And so now I'm going to talk about. I don't have. There's one thing I don't have that they make now. That didn't come until after I had gotten all mine, which I'm going to get inshallah. But I do have it listed inside of here as one of the links that you all can get in the TikTok shop. Okay, so this is another one. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Okay, so this is another one. And for me, this kind of reminds me of a hickory taste. This one kind of, tastes hickory. Every of all of the things they have, I taste it in its natural form before I do my thing to it. Just to see if and I'm the other thing about me is I get bored. I get bored with stuff. And so I have to, thank you so much for joining. I get bored with stuff. And so, I have to hook it up. I envy you coffee drinkers. You all can drink. Some of you may do a cup of coffee a day. Others of you do it, you know, anywhere from 1 to 3 to 5 times a day. I can't. I can't. I was like, how do they do it? And you fix it the same way every day, every time. I'm telling you, I get bored with stuff. I can't. And so, I don't do 1 cup a day. They haven't made enough of their products for me to be consistent with doing this every day. Because the other thing that got me and why I tried the Rise coffee is it showed people um, who would drink this every day and how they didn't have the bloating. you know so it helps with the bloating, the digestive aspect, the ingredient in there, to help with digestion. And so that was the other reason it had got me. And I said, well, let me see if I can drink this every day. And I still can't, because I'm really a tea connoisseur. And there's so many varieties of, of course there's varieties of coffee, but there's varieties of teas and things of this nature. So I have to mix everything up. So there's this one. And then you all, for those of you following me, you all have seen me talk about the matcha. So they were, they're on it. For us who love tea, they thought of us. And matcha is the highest form of green tea, most potent, most people don't like matcha. Again, I had it by itself. It's not bad. It's not bad. I prefer, adding I'll add coconut milk. That's not my choice. Now, some I've done everything I've done. I've also done with dairy because I do drink dairy, both cow as well as goat milk. Um, you know, and then as far as to add to sweeten it, I usually will add honey, local honey. When we don't have that, I'll add the brown sugar, not the one that's got it's almost the consistency actually of the Rise coffee. Um, you know, so I want to try to show this to you without spilling it as well. For those of you who haven't seen it, okay. And I don't. Ooh, I don't want to spill any out. I don't know how to do this. There we go. I have to get the perfect angle for the other one. But um, so the other way that I'll drink the matcha is I will put um, peppermint with it. Give it that kind of taste too. Again, so I'm not so bored with it. And then another thing that they've added to help with the nutritive part of it as well as the health of it is their creamer. Their creamer, which is it has probiotics in it. Okay. Um, it has everything has all of the same ingredients. Every last one of them have all the same six things in it. But this is and this is from coconut. This one has coconut. So I know some of you all may have um, a coconut intolerance, and so you wouldn't be able to have this. But for those of you who you know uh, don't have an allergy or intolerance to coconut, I like it. It tastes good, and when I add this to whatever I'm drinking, I don't need to add the coconut milk or any kind of milk. I just will go ahead and add my sweetener, and I'm good. Okay. So, oh, let me show you that the way it looks inside as well. You see, I'm low. I gotta order some more. Let me get find that perfect angle again, so I don't spill any. There we go. Alhamdulillah. So, yes, questions. Anyone else that has tried the Ryze coffee? What do you all think? Um, yeah, I don't like being low on it. Even though I don't drink it every day, still don't like being low on it. Um, and I'm really gonna try because they have that's the other thing I was gonna say. So it mentioned about um, the nighttime Ryze coffee, and that's basically hot chocolate. And so that's the other thing. Before I knew that they had one that they actually made, thinking of chocolate, hot, so that we could have hot chocolate for those of us that like that too. This is the other thing I would do. I would make my own hot chocolate the way I normally would make it, and then I would just add a scoop of this so that I could get the benefits of the nutritive properties of the Ryze mushroom coffee. So that's yes, I'm extra, but I wanted to make sure I had my coffee. So um, yeah. So there's the others of you, like I said, some of you always say I'm not a coffee connoisseur, because I add other stuff to it. But that would it becomes something else like a latte or something, right? Am I right? That's what one friend told me. And yeah, so I didn't have my coconut creamer. I didn't add this because I'm so low on it. I didn't want to do that. But what I did was before it, so it doesn't go bad. My daughter had French. No, it's not French vanilla. Caramel. I think it was something with caramel. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. And yeah, so I had that as the base, and so I didn't just come on here talking about it. I actually made some and have been drinking on it. See, you all didn't see that before I started. Yeah, it's cold now, so I'm gonna have to reheat that so I can finish it off. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you all, talk to you about coffee for those of you who are coffee drinkers. Some of you may okay, inshallah. I appreciate it. Baraka fiki. Uh, and for those of you who are coffee lovers, and maybe it's the taste. Now it does. I will say, in all fairness, and I still don't understand how, but it has a similar smell to coffee. For those of you who actually drink coffee, it smells like coffee, roasted, the roasted nut coffee kind of thing. So the aroma. So, um, I don't know what it is about the particular brand of coffee or the kind of coffees you all drink, but if you're looking, and or willing to try another form of coffee, I definitely, co-sign, if I may say it that way, the Ryze coffee, because it it I don't know, like, again, I don't know what brand, if you're a Folgers person, or I can't think of the other ones, some of the other ones that are out in the stores, but um I don't know what, if any, health benefits they have, but these do, they have the benefits to them. So maybe your wife or your husband has been telling you all, you need to stop drinking so much coffee, and like I said, some of you all can drink 3 and 5 cups, you know, one with every meal if you're eating, 3 meals, and then, some throughout the day, somewhere in between the meals, And so if someone has been telling you you need to cut back on coffee, I definitely would use this as the replacement. I, it's just me. I'm not saying it because I'm over here selling it, but you know, maybe some people, maybe your loved one notices that you know you actually only enjoy the taste. It serves no benefit to you. You're immune to it. What do I mean by that? So my ex-husband, he would drink, depending on how long he would be at the house. If he were there for a full day, it was not a work day. I think this man drank for sure 3 cups, but it might have been as much as 5 cups in a day. And he would like his with sugar. Okay. And only reason I'm saying all that is, because I'm thinking because coffee has caffeine, it you know, you get energy. This man could still fall asleep after having drank all that coffee throughout the day, which I didn't understand. So I'm, if you all are, any of you all are the same way, and I've not had more than 1 cup a day. So I can't really talk about that, but I know 1 cup I'm good for the day. I'm good. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for the hearts. And so I did want to also share for those of you that are new to me, I would love your follow. I would love your patronage of my TikTok shop. Oh, thank you. Okay. It's showing me, when people make purchases. Alhamdulillah. And so, okay, alhamdulillah. Barakah fi. So I'm also trying to grow this account to 10K. And the reason I'm trying to grow this to 10K is so that, I'm the type of person, my understanding, as it relates to wealth and following those who have accumulated wealth and they've decided to give us some gems or some nuggets, right? Is that you have multiple streams of income, not just one income. That doesn't work anymore, because depending on where you are, what you're doing as it relates to how you're accumulating your wealth, that okay, you had to stop drinking it because of your endometriosis. Great alternative. Great alternative. Alhamdulillah. And so um oh, what was I gonna say? Sorry. Yeah. Like what she's pointing out here in endometriosis. Maybe some others of you have other issues, health issues, and your doctor, um, your loved ones are saying to cut back. You don't have to cut back. Just switch. That's my whole thing. I remember when I started this journey of talking to people about eating healthier, and there was a lot of pushback. And I'm not just the type of person to tell you to do that. And then if I'm having a talk or a gathering, I've prepared some foods or some drinks, you know, um, to what we might once have loved to have, and we would love to have a lot. We overindulge in it, and so I've prepared. Allah's blessed me to be able to prepare it in a healthier way using better ingredients. And so, when they saw that this was a common theme among, the way in which I cook, you know, and bake and stuff, they were like, wow, oh, so I can make the switch. It doesn't have to taste nasty, because even me, before I really started my journey to cooking and baking, I went to the health food store and I didn't know what I was doing. And I just randomly got some stuff. Ooh, and my mother and sister talked about me bad. I didn't know what I was doing. And they're like, and you gonna eat that too, even though I made, it was my money. If I wanted to throw it away, I could have. But they're like, you gonna eat. My mom was like, you're gonna eat that. And I did. I don't remember if I ate it all, but I, ate a good portion of it. It was okay. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. I said, you know what? I don't have to buy this pre-made stuff. you know, like I said, I just figured it out. Alhamdulillah. Um, yeah, yeah. Let me know how it works for you. What you know, what how it tastes, and did you just get this one, or did you get any of the other ones too? Um, yeah, I see others have joined. So, back to what I was saying about um, why 10K. You know, for some of you who don't know, 10K is good for those of us that are on, specifically state Instagram and TikTok, because you become an influencer, and influencers get paid by the apps. Okay. And so I'm trying to get paid by the apps, you know, not just for the sales that I make in my store, but from them just because of the content that I create. And you know, the saying goes, be careful what you ask for. You know, I didn't know, you know, when I said what I said originally, way back when, with me, you know, doing my little content and stuff, that I just want to get paid for what I'm already doing, point blank, period. And so now Allah's blessed me, you know, with a TikTok shop. Those who have known me for years have always known, hey, that any products that I've had and I've had benefit, I'm, you know, between myself and or my children and then husband, they're always my guinea pigs, if you will. I don't like using that word. I got to come up with another word. But anyway, the people that I experiment on and with. And so, um, you know, if I see it works for me, if it works for them, then do I feel comfortable sharing it with others? And I'm not just going to tell you about it, especially if I can invite you over, or I can come to your place, or we can meet up somewhere. I usually have the product with me, and I'll prepare it the way that I take it. And everybody always loves it. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barak. Not, you know, boasting or bragging or anything, but, you know, they're like, man, you know, and this is how, you know, and I tell people who say they don't like sales, um, you know, I just tell people my experience and I let them taste it. Or, you know, if in giving the sample, you know, if there's an opportunity, like sometimes, some of you all know me, I do vending events, and maybe I will have had an opportunity to prepackage, you know, some things. And so if I'm able to do that, then, you know, I'm going to charge. I usually don't, depending on what it is, it's, you know, no more than $5. There's been some other things that might be more than that, but, and people, you know, they try it, and boom, you know, this is how I'm able to get customers. You know, and seeing as though I can't do that with you all, it just, you know, I just have to, you know, you all have to have come to know, like, and trust me that I'm going to tell you the truth. And, you know, and this is how uh, you're able to, you know, use that as a barometer, if you will, of whether or not you're going to get it for yourself and or your family or friends or whoever. And, you know, there's many of us, you know, content creators, we're all making content about some of the same products. And so maybe for you, you need to see a different, you know, different people, you know, someone who's not Muslim, you know, I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But you want to see other people and see and or hear about their opinions of it. You know, and so this is how you make your decision on, you know, buying it, or, you know, who you're going to buy it from. You know, so that is what I wanted to share. Anyone with any questions, anything you want to share yourself, for those of you who might have tried the Ryze coffees, or the tea or the hot chocolate or anything. I would love to know about the hot chocolate, since that's the only one of their products that they make that I have not tried as of yet. So if anybody's had any experience with that, I would love to know what your experience is. Now, if you were to take this every day, once a day, um, it's your 30 servings. You use 1 tablespoon, and one serving. This will last you a month. Each one will last you a month. You know, that's why, you know, sometimes they encourage you to. Yeah, I mean, if you're really a coffee drinker and you know you're going to drink more than 1 cup a day, they encourage you to get two. It's always encouraged to get two. Um, And this makes, great gifts, for those of you who have upcoming holidays, or just because. I'm really good on just because. And, like I said, somebody who loves coffee, maybe you're concerned they drink too much of it, especially because they use the white sugar, to sweeten it and this kind of thing. And, maybe they're like my ex and has a whole cup of sugar per cup. I measured it with, I said, I didn't know how much it was. I knew it was a lot. And I said, and I could never get it right. So that was something whew, I was happy to let go of, because I could just, and I think he was probably surprised that I could never get his coffee right every time, because I'm a cooker, I'm a baker, and you know, um, the man loved my food, and so he's like, why can't she get this coffee right? And so when I would get it right, he made sure now this is a cup of coffee, or you did good with this one. And but I could never, because I will not, I'm not, I wouldn't taste it, because I knew if I did that I wouldn't be good for the rest of the day. So I couldn't, that was one thing, just making regular coffee I could not do. um Anything else that I cook, bake, or whatever, I'm gonna taste it, to make sure it's not too salty, or figure out what spice it needs or what have you. But coffee, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't. I just had to serve it, and and I had to. The reason I know and paid attention to how much sugar was because I had to figure out how many tablespoons or cups or whatever it was, because when he complimented me on that particular cup of coffee, I needed to know the exact measurement of the ratio to get it right, so I could make have better days of making better cups of coffee for him. So there's that. I see others are joining. Thank you so much for joining. And um, yeah. So any questions? I see some of my usuals popping through. Alhamdulillah, barakah. I know you all are getting ready for Jumu'ah. And I thank you so much for stopping by. Um, I can't mention, because I do have, I'm on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, StreamYard, and I can't mention where else I'm selling this, because I'm not supposed to direct you elsewhere. But you all can click the link in my bio, and you'll see all the places where you can get this. And I would appreciate. But as far as like I said, this summit, for those of you that came in late, it is on special on TikTok. Let me find the one that's on special. Okay, so it's this one that I keep holding. This is the one that's on sale right now. It is $18.99. This is the cheapest I've ever seen it. Um, the regular price is $45. So it would behoove you, especially if you want to get this as a gift, to go ahead and get that. There's only 94 in stock. So either they'll run out of the product before the flash sale ends, or they the flash sale will have to end earlier than 12 hours, because they only have 94 in stock. So there's that. Um, Let me see if there's any other ones. I do have uh, the other is another seller that's selling it also, and they have a special also. That one's $25.99, and that sale ends in 7 minutes and 25 seconds. Let me look and see how many they have in stock, if it'll show it. Let me see. They have 121 left. Yeah. So um, there's that. But I put all of the products that they make, including the hot chocolate, the matcha. I put all of that in here for those of you, like I said, I get bored with stuff. So I have to have everything that they make, and I usually, with products, you know, I'm reluctant to try a whole product line, but because I had such a good response. My body responded well to this, and I figured out other ways that I could prepare it so that I'm not bored. And then they had other things that I normally would drink anyway. I said, "Oh, let me go ahead and get it." And so, yeah, that's why I have everything that they make, with the exception of the hot chocolate. That's the next one I need to get. So, um, so let me. There's a good number of you that have come in here since I read the uh, things, the highlights. So let me share that with you. Actually, let me see. I want to switch it out. Let's see. Let me see how I do this here. Let me unpin that one and pin, if I can. Let me see. Can I? Maybe I should just stick with that one since it's on sale. um, yeah, there's nothing singled out anyway. Yeah. But if you all want, so there's the coffee, matcha, and the hot chocolate as a bundle, and that's 108. Um, and then if you just want, uh, now I didn't do the oats, and I probably won't. I know I'm actually allergic to oats, so I probably won't do that one. But they do have a breakfast bundle with this regular one. Oops, that's not the regular one. Yeah, that's the regular one. With this one and the oats. But that's probably going to be the only product of theirs that I won't try because I already know that I have an issue with oats. I can only have but so much of that, so I'm not going to do that one. Um, but everything else I will do, inshallah. So, and I hope you all will too. And if you all decide to try it, I definitely, hey, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. I definitely want to know how it works out for you. If you like the taste, how you've prepared yours, because like I said, I get bored, so I want other ways. I need to know other recipes. If you all don't mind sharing, and you all can look for the video. One of the videos, I've done more than one on Ryze products, and you can share your recipe there if you don't mind. Um, some of you all are funny with the things that I put out there for engagement, rather than you going and I say it, put it in the comments below. But no, you all send me a DM. I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, why did you put this with the actual video? And we all are funny. But we, those of us who are content creators, we need your participation when we make a post. We need your participation on that post specifically. No DMs on the post. Okay. So the rules of engagement, for those of you that don't know, with this being a live, tapping the screen several times so that you know others are aware that this live is taking place and they can come in and check us out. Another way is your old fashioned way, which is the arrow that's at the bottom of the screen. And then, you share that to social media and wherever else. And then, what else? As far as our post, starting from the bottom up, not only does it help the person of whom you are responding to their post, but if you're trying to grow your following, it helps you too. So follow from the bottom up. Firstly, make sure you're following the person, i.e. me. um, and then after that, you want to watch the video all the way through. Now, some of them are trying to get a little less detailed, wordy, but if even in my doing that is still too long for you, what you can do is you can hold the screen while you're watching the video and it will 2x, it'll speed it up. Or you could tap it and then you look, you how do you say it? Scroll left, look right, and it says playback speed. You can decide what level. You could do 1.5 or 2 to make it go faster. You'll still be able to hear what I'm saying, but maybe you're pressed for time. You'll be like, okay, get to the point already. That kind of thing. Um, and then you want to save it. After saving it, you want to oh, No. Okay, before saving it, you want to click where you like if you were going to share it to someone, and you can, please do. But if you decide I'm not sharing, I'm not, that's too much. So just click it. That's one, everything is based on a point system, and if TikTok thinks that you're going to share it to someone or somewhere, you get a couple of extra points for that. So click that, and then like I said, save it to your favorites, repost, okay, and then you want to make your comment. We need minimum of 5 words or more. Thank you so much for joining, Alia. Assalamu alaikum. And we need more than 5 words or more about the post, preferably, obviously. And then we want you to heart it, not just one time, but several hearts. It helps to push out our content. Okay. So those are how you would engage with our posts. I know I'm live right now. And once again, Allah is so merciful. I did another live where I had another product that I was talking about, and I didn't know. And, I said, I was even going to go live last night, but it was too late. And because I wanted to actually, thank you so much for the hearts. I wanted to have the tea, the coffee, so it wouldn't look like, false advertisement. But I said, if I prepared it for myself as late as it wound up being last night, so late, and I'm going to tell you all, if you all want that energy from the product, right? The lasting energy, I highly caution you. You all have to figure out what time of day it is for you. But I know for those of us that are Muslim, if I have it at Asr time or later, I won't I'll go to sleep very late. So don't do that. You don't want to do that. Make sure that, I would say, the sweet spot, so that you can, for those of you who like to go to bed early, the sweet spot would be 3:30, no later than 3:30. If you want to drink this, and your cutoff time would be 3:30. So if you can't get it first thing in the morning when you get up, and because life is lifing or whatever, don't drink this later than 3:30 p.m. because you won't be able to sleep. You'll need to do other things to help you sleep. Okay, that's just me. It might be different for you all, but I had to figure out where my sweet spot was. And so, yeah, I wanted to come on last night, and I said, and this was like around 4 or 5. And I was like, ooh, no, I can't do that. Can't do it. So I said, I'm going to come on here this morning. And that's what I did. I fixed some. I drank more than half of it. And I'm going to finish the rest of it once I get off here, inshallah. And, that's what I wanted to do. And so what I was going to say was, Allah was so merciful in that I did not know until I decided to go live that there was even a flash sale on it. So, yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for joining. And for those of you who are not following me, I do kindly request a follow. I am trying to grow this account 10K, inshallah. And of course, does the mushroom help you lose weight? Okay, so I can't say that because what you miss me talking about um, is my boredom with things. Some people, I mean, if I have to, I have to. But if I know I can have other things, that's what I'm going to do. I get bored with things. So I have not drank the coffee every day. So to figure out whether it does that. And I did say that it wasn't even somebody tasting this or offering it to me that got me to try it. And usually that's how it has to be. I'm that type of person. Uh, okay, so it was the advert. The people they hired to do their advert, very good. So what I saw in the commercial is that it would show a person how they looked when they first started trying the product, and then after drinking it every day for 30 days, what their stomach looked like. It was getting flatter and flatter. They were saying that they don't have experience bloating anymore as a result of drinking it. And so I said, "Ooh, And then, it said mushrooms, that it had no caffeine. I was like, oh yes, let me try it. Because, like I said, thank you so much for the follow. I can't do coffee. I think I have an intolerance to coffee. I can't do it. My body just shuts down. It tastes good. I like it. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I like the taste. I always try everything. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't have everything that they make. Okay, that's how good it is for me. To me, yeah, I have everything except the hot chocolate. I gotta get that, inshallah. um, you would do that. She's asking what color. I'm gonna show you. Gonna show you. Okay, that's not. This one is like hickory taste. If you like a hickory kind of taste, that's this one. And this one tastes more like coffee. I can't say which one because I'm telling you, I can't do coffee. Folgers, America. What is it? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I just remember Folgers because that's the one I always had to buy. But so I'm gonna try to show this to you without it spilling out. Um, so it looks like that. For those of you that might have come in late, let me find that sweet spot again so I don't spill any more out. But and like I said, it comes with these little things inside. I think there's just one. Yeah, one. Um, and this is an added love for me because I'm very into health and wellness. So for those of you that don't know, that missed this when I said this before, usually when you get a powder, yeah, fresh pack. Usually when you get a powder, thank you. It was a long time. Assalamualaikum. You when you get these when you get powder things, right? Um, it You're not going to see this one, but what you will see if you pay attention to the ingredients is that it contains cellulose. And what I didn't say before is cellulose is wood chip fibers, eating wood, okay? And so, and the reason they use it in, it's mainly in cheese, is so that it doesn't stick together. It's not a clump, so they say. And so, be careful with that shredded cheese. If anything, buy. I'm not supposed to be on here talking about that, but if you're gonna buy cheese, buy a block of cheese and shred it yourself. There you go. Because it's only in the shredded cheese. It's not in the other forms. Okay, and so this is why I was happy to see this in here. I didn't see it. I first, even before I bought it, I made sure I could see what the ingredients were. And then even when I got it, I'm double checking it again. Us as Muslims, we know we're always checking labels, making sure there's no pork, as alcohol or tobacco or anything like that. But I'm looking for other things as well. And so, um, yeah, so this helps to keep it fresh and from clumping. So there's that. Like I said, they have matcha. They have matcha as well, and they have hot chocolate. And now some of you all will do oats. They have an oat creamer. I, for one, like the coconut creamer. I'm not allergic to it. If you're allergic to nuts of any kind, I would not get this. Maybe you want to get the oat instead. But yeah, if I like a product and they've got more than one thing, I'm gonna try everything. And that's what I did. I did one by one. Now some of you they have it. Like I said, they have a whole pack. Let's see, what is it called? The starter pack bundle. Let's see, no, it's not called that. Ultimate bundle, which I have it listed here on this live. You can click that and get it. It's going to cost you $108. But as it relates to a flash sale, there is one, and it's $18.99. Normally it's $45. So I would grab that, especially if you're a coffee drinker and or you're prepared to or would like to make a switch, or you want your loved one to make that switch. Or if you're like me, I mean, I stuck for a lot. I hated making coffee because I could never get it right. And they drink so much of it. I'm like, oh my God, why not just have 1 cup? But no, I had to have 3, 4, 5 cups a day. So, you do that over 20 years, you get tired. So, yeah, but I love it. If you like tea, especially green teas, this matcha, it doesn't taste bad. Most people don't like the taste. It's so strong. They don't like the taste of matcha. And minimally, what I'll do with it is I'll add my creamer and I'm good. But, again, I get bored with stuff. I'm so the things that I'll add to it are my mints, a peppermint. I'll add that to it to make it, have a different taste, So, and for those of you that, do purchase the product, have never purchased Ryze products before, I would love to know, how you like it, how you decided to prepare it, because like I said, I need new ideas. I know, with the other coffees, people, pumpkin spice and everything nice and all this other stuff. Maybe they'll come up with that too. I don't know, but I do that on my own. I kind of make my coffee like a chai. I'll try it in its an original form, and I usually don't, unless I'm pressed for time. The minimum of what I'm gonna do instead of just drinking it straight is, like I said, add a creamer to it, along with my honey or the brown sugar, cane sugar. But that is it. I thank you all so much for joining. So, inshallah, I'm trying to get, figure some things out in my schedule in my life. And I do have intentions of going live every day, inshallah. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. And, so, right now we've got to finish, and I'll come back and do this later on. Finish up the self care series on pain. Yeah, we'll finish that later on today. And then, inshallah, and then, we're almost at the end. So I'm excited about that because then I can come on here every day and, for the products that I may have done a short video about, I can come in and, do a whole live about it and talk to you all, tell you all some benefits. And then, I'm telling you, every time I do this, I find out they have a flash sale. I didn't even know ahead of time. So, yeah. So right now they are having a flash sale, and I'll probably do a real quick one, quick video. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. And, let everybody know, if you want to get the coffee, um, that, apparently no more have been made because it's still at the 94 mark. But either the sale will end before they run out, or they'll run out before the sale ends, and then obviously they won't allow you to get it at that price anymore because they won't have it anymore. But yeah, so I thank you all so much for joining. I'm not able to go to Juma today because I'm on the so I'll be listening online, inshallah. But I don't want to keep those of you who are going to go to Juma from getting ready, or maybe you're listening and watching as you're getting ready, Allahu Alam. But you got 12 hours. 12 hours. If you all want to take advantage of the sale for the regular Ryze mushroom coffee. Okay. Great gift to give to someone. Um, a great way to, if you are the person who makes the coffee in your family, get this and try your people out on it. I hope, they're not reluctant to change. Like, look, I got something. I want you to try this today, you know, and, don't sneak it up on them. That could go bad, obviously. So just let them know, especially if you know that person is open and willing to try other things, or they agree that, okay, maybe I do need to cut back on coffee, or it's time to make a switch to another brand, like that, ease them into it, inshallah. So, I want to thank you all so much for joining, and, inshallah, hopefully you all will join me later. I do have on my other channel, I will be going live So if any of you all are empty nesters, retired or about to retire, or a baby boomer, I want to talk to you all tomorrow evening, inshallah. So look for that in TikTok. There's no way to pre-plan it on the other social media, except in Clubhouse. I have it on there also. So, I definitely want you all to join that conversation, inshallah. And I don't, it was an accident. I didn't mean to post my last video without my shoppable link. But there was an issue with my shop. I don't know. I wouldn't have even bothered posting it if I didn't know I couldn't attach my link to it. So I got to figure out how to go back and add my link to it, inshallah. So I thank you all so much for following me, for sharing the live, for the engagement and things of that nature. Any suggestions? I'm always open, inshallah. And I can't wait till we finish this particular series, but I got other things that I want to start sharing with you all as well. And so سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين آمين. And as I always say, be resilient, inshallah, and have a good rest of your day, afternoon, or evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. And inshallah, we will see one another on these social media streets. And have a good rest of your day.